Hi, my name is Keith, and this is my video on the problems of education. And the topic that I have chosen is COVID-19 and its impact on students and teachers. Well, of this list, I think this is the most pressing and important factor that we've had to deal with in a very long time. First off, the anti-vax movement used to be just kind of a joke. Just parents who were really just putting their beliefs into their students' bodies, which is very dangerous. I mean, before COVID, if it weren't for those people, the mumps came back. There were spikes in measles. Aside from just the problem with people missing their flu vaccines, you can infect an entire school with 2 students. And the flu, people generally get over that. But with COVID-19, there's so many extra factors, and it's deadly. And to be completely honest, children they're petri dishes. There's no other way to put it. I mean, they don't wash their hands as much as they can. I mean, as much as they should. And the amount of people who are at risk or high risk is a lot greater with COVID-19 than it was with, your common cold. And there's also another pressing matter about vaccinations and people's vaccination status. I've seen this already, the amount of people who are lying about their vaccination status. People are buying fake vaccine cards to show around. And as the mask mandates are loosened or removed completely, as in like Texas and Florida and Mississippi, I went to Mississippi for both of my vaccines because they had loosened the restrictions on who was eligible way earlier than Louisiana. So I went to central Mississippi, well, north central Mississippi, to get my first shot. And everywhere else we went around that area, like Laurel, Meridian area, nobody was wearing a mask. I went to a restaurant, the only person wearing a mask was my waitress. I didn't see the kitchen, so I didn't want to know. But that's, slowly, as the numbers of vaccinations are going up, I mean, even though it's probably not exactly realistic that we could reach herd immunity, there are still people who are avoiding it, just completely avoiding getting the vaccine. A friend of ours, my wife and I, this guy we thought was always intelligent, and he hadn't had either because he thought he'd have to pay for it. Can you believe that? It's free. Get the shot. And then, aside from the vaccine, there's also vaccine issues. There's also fatigue and isolation issues, which it's going on almost a year and a half now. People are so closed in, and there's an element of a serious element of fear, and just not being able to go wherever you wanted, like we took for granted for the last 100 years. It's just, there's so much sadness that you can't really explain. And being closed off in your house, and even just on top of being closed off in your house, not being able to go to campus has had its effect on me as a student. And I can imagine for a teacher, several of my friends who are teachers that were doing things remotely, they were just in an empty classroom doing their lessons from a desk with no students. And that doesn't seem to spark joy, one way to put it. And on top of that, everyone doing it remotely, their internet connection issues. I've had that quite a bit. I was taking a math class this semester, and it didn't go well because I didn't have a great connection. My teacher didn't have a great connection. I had several tests where I got dropped off in the middle of the test, and then I had to start over. And that's not fun. I have to take the class over again from the start in person now that I can do it and actually go to campus, which is nice. But for students, I mean, it's where their friends are. And friends are what keep you going in many ways. And I miss, even the annoying people in classes that I've had. It gave me a reason to laugh, and seeing my friends. I'd get to classes 15, 20 minutes ahead of time to get all my stuff in line for that, particular lesson. And to have that just taken away, because this is the second complete COVID semester. And the one before that, last spring, half of that semester was where we went online. And I've only been to campus exactly twice since then, just to get my textbooks and school supplies. And even then, I really miss going to campus. And I know that a lot of people are feeling exactly the same way. And that's really it's really about it. I mean, hopefully once we can get back onto campus and get things back to normal, everyone's taken a hit. A lot of people have died. I've known several people, and it's discouraging. And also, my GPA has not done super great through this. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, more than 1 billion students were out of school for the last year plus. And it's hard to learn through a screen from home. And I can't wait for it to change and not be that way anymore. But yeah, that's my little thing about problems in education due to COVID-19. Thank you.